And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Today. My name is Ron Foster and I'm touching base with you as I always do every day during the week at 10 a.m. or 10-ish. How's everyone doing? What's going on? How are you all doing on this Wisdom Wednesday? Or lately we've been doing for the summer, it's been called Water Cooler Wednesday. And we are gathered here and just talking about whatever the community wants to talk about and which is going to be great. So, yeah, there's a whole lot going on in the news. We'll talk about Project 2025. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll talk about Clarence Thomas. There is a, we'll talk about that later. And, but right now, let's say good morning to everyone. Yes, Hannah says good morning. She's the first one in the booth. In the house is Hannah. And then we have Chris is in the building. What's shaking? I'm good down here in Dallas. Yes. You guys, I think it's a little cooler than it's been for a while, right? You guys had a major heat wave for the last couple of weeks. I think things are cooling off in Dallas area. Hey, Brian is in the building. What's going on? Mr. B is in the building. And yeah, so yeah, today is one of those days that I mean, it's been so hot here in New York, and uh, a lot of us New Yorkers living in New York because we get 4 seasons, and we hope that the summer season is not as hot as it can be. And but this year, this we are going to be starting on a third heat wave come Monday. I know, sorry, Sunday. And but we are still ending the other heat wave. So it's been in the 90s, and when yesterday was I think yesterday was in the 90s also. And it's just been some kind of hot. Some kind of hot. And I am not used to it. I do not function well with temperatures above 70. I should say 80. I can deal with, I love my favorite temperature is 70. Any of you have a phobia to the heat like I do? Are there any folks in the building that do not function well in hot weather? And so I feel dragged. I'm just out of it. I can tell you, my thing is to be honest with you at all times. I try to make sure I'm transparent with you guys at all times. I am feeling totally out of it. And I know most of it's because of the heat. The air conditioner is blowing. Yesterday, I made a bad mistake and not had the air conditioning on. I said, "Oh, I can get through just have the fan on." But no, no, no. I need to have the air conditioning going at all times or be in an air conditioning spot. And yesterday, I lost a lot of energy because of it. So I'm a little out of it today. And I'm glad we don't have a guest. I mean, I'm glad that the guest is you guys, and it's us. We're the groups that's here, and I'm glad that we're all here gathered. I see here. Let's see here. Hey, Amparo. Oh, wait. First of all, let me put it in the right order. Anthony Rowland is in the building. Good morning, Mr. Anthony Rowland. I see also, and Trish is in the building. And I see Amparo's in the building, Grand Rising Amparo. And then Trish says, good morning. There you go. There we go. I always like to make sure that I recognize and highlight you folks when you pop in and share the goodness of your hellos. And we're small in number this morning, but that's okay. I just came on it as this was my original function of being having touch base daily, was to just touch base and hang out with you guys for an hour and a half or whatever, and then be about my day. And hopefully we just come together and find find community here. So if it's 2 people here, then I'm happy for the 2. Trish says the fog in Northern California is the fog. And we've had some fog here on our coastline because the water temperature is still kind of cool. And the atmosphere temperature in New York City is very warm. So every evening we have what's called evening fog, and the fog churns up throughout the night, and every morning there's fog in New York City, really mainly along the coast. So yeah, that's a phenomenon when you get that cold water and the hot temperatures in the air. Anthony says, I have a little polar bear in me, so that heat can be fire. I always said if there was if there was reincarnation, if there was reincarnation, if it did exist, then I was a bear in my last life. Because I love honey. I love hibernating. I love like the cave experience, and yeah, and I move like a bear. So, so I would say I would be a bear if there was anything in reincarnation, I would have been a bear. Let's see here. Chris says, "Brother, we all mentally drained on top of the heat issues." Yes, Chris. Chris, can I have a moment of confession since today is our water cooler day? I am, it's so interesting. Business was very busy for the first half of the year. And then July seems to be crickets. It's crickets on my part. Now I know there's other folks that are out there working as photographers, and they got their jobs and they got their accounts and stuff. But this has been a slow start. I should say the last of June and now the beginning of July has been really slow, so it's taken a mental toll on me, because I want to make sure bills and everything are paid for and things. You have things expenses, but what I'm noticing is that I don't know if it's just no, I know it's not me, just me. I look around, and even with the regular business model that I had over the years, the last year has been such a struggle with everything going up. I was telling, all my close friends know about this. My living expenses are as in um I live in a co-op for those that don't know, and my maintenance and everything has gone up like 18% over the year. And I was like, and then you got the cost of everything that's going on in the city. Everything prices are going up everywhere you go. Everyone, just the basics of everything. Everyone is raising prices. And some days I feel crushed. Are you guys feeling that way? Are you guys feeling crushed? Now I know I come in here every day to, and we will leave on a positive note because being honest and transparent is cool, and also it is a place to be transparent, and then also is a place that as a community that we can kind of have conversations and also hopefully come up with remedies and share what we're doing or what other folks are doing to sustain themselves during this economic crunch. Even though the stock market hit record highs yesterday and has been hitting record highs over the last 2 months, but people are not feeling those dollars because everything has gone up so much. And I'm wondering for all you business folks out there, especially the entrepreneurs, money making side hustlers, are you guys feeling the strain? Was it just, is it just me? I am curious. Are you feeling it in your business? Are you feeling it in your business model? Are you feeling it around your kitchen table? Oh, the pressures of all of the things that are going up. I spent the end of the month. Well, let me just say, let me see if there's anyone in here. Am I the only one? Let me see here. Let me see what you guys are saying. It's not just you, saying thank you, Chris. It's not just me. Thank you. I've been feeling some kind of way for the last couple of days, and I've been like, I don't want to say I'm depressed because I'm not giving into depression. Um, but I've been feeling a little discouraged because I'm seeing a lot of my colleagues also feeling it. They're not getting jobs like they used to, as in photographers. And and so now my thing is where do I go from here? What do I how where do I how do I adjust my business model? Which is okay. We should be checking on our businesses every quarter and definitely check on our business every, 6 months. So we're halfway into, what we call, we just completed Q2. For those that don't know, that's the second quarter. So we just finished Q2 and now we're starting 3Q. And it is time. It's always good as a business owner to reevaluate and strategize for the rest of the year. So I'm processing some thoughts on what to do and what I want to do. But I am just curious. Like I said, thank you, Chris, saying I'm not the only one. And I'm glad that not that I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one, but I am feeling it. I am really feeling the stressors of um the working climate and the productivity. And then the heat is not helping because the heat puts me in all kinds of moods. And yeah, if you want to see Ron on his worst day, just turn up the temperature of that day. I do not function well when the temperatures are hovering in the 90s and I'm going through stressful things that are plaguing my mind. So anyway, I want to hear what you guys are saying because I just said this is our water cooler day, and I did a poll. Can I say something about this community that you might not know about? And let me put this up on the screen because I think it will help you as well. Um, we have a community chat here. Obviously, those that are looking on our Instagram page, we do have what's called Touch Base Daily Community, and you can sign up for that. It is like you click on that little tab above, and you see that we have a broadcast channel, but it really isn't a community. I mean, I pretty much I get to just share and that's it. There's no real interaction. Um, Another reason why Patreon is good because everybody can communicate there as well. But what I want to show you is what I respond to what you guys tell me because again, I'm facilitating this community. We are all in it together, and but let me show you where I'm going here. Let me pop on the screen here and because I should say I discovered it recently, but I'm making use of it. How about that? And let me present that to you. Hold on a second. Share screen with you guys. And so when you go to my page, when you go to this page on YouTube, you have obviously you go to it's Ron Lewis Photos. You go to the YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. How it's all set up and all the things that all the broadcasts and all the stuff that we do here. However, when you guys go here, when you are going, do you know you have what's called a community tab in the YouTube channel? Do you know that you have that if you have a YouTube, you have it's called a community channel that you can facilitate and use. And I can post images, I can post polls, I can do text polls, I can do quizzes, I can show videos of things that I'm inspired by and some of the topics that we talk about here in this community. For instance, like yesterday, I was going through um Joy Reid's video on Project 2025. And so what she's doing every day, and not to change the subject that quick, we'll go back to how we are feeling. But she did a thing on Project 2025. And each day she is going to be diving into a piece of Project 25 with people on there talking about it. So they're breaking it down for us so that way we don't have to read the whole 900 pages. Well, I'm already reading. I think I'm on what chapter am I on? I think I'm on the third or fourth chapter. I think I am. I still got a lot more to go. I've been reading the headlights. I've been listening to all the coverage. But anyway, long story short, when I discover something like this, and I'll be posting this in the community every day. Obviously, you can just go to Joy Reid's page and you can see it. But I will be posting it. But also, I post my photography here for the community other than on Instagram, because Instagram is like, people don't see it. You post, no one really sees your stuff on Instagram. And then also the scheduling. But then I also do polls. Like for instance, on your community site on the page, I ask the community, which is your favorite touch base daily day of the week? Motivation Mondays, Tip Tuesday, water cooler talk Wednesday, Twin Watch Thursday, Focus Friday. Now, some of you are in this community section of our YouTube channel, but there are photos and everything on here that I do not put on Instagram, or there's some things that I do put on both. But I always put polls in here too to discover what you guys are thinking, what you're saying, what's in your mind. And also when some of you suggest to me, say, Ron, I think we should talk about this. Or Ron, I really like water cooler Wednesdays. So, and this is where everything is on the community board. So just to make you aware that most of us have this wonderful blessing on our YouTube channels, this area called the community board. It's a community tab. And you'll see all the other stuff like home videos, shorts, lives, and playlists. Okay. Just so you know, I just wanted to let you guys know, because this is where I can post, polls and stuff and see how you guys are feeling about things. Okay. Anyway, now let's go back. Let's go back. Just wanted to share that with you guys. So what are you guys saying in here? Okay. I see in here. First, we're finishing off the conversation with the, here's one. This is back to the fog. Anthony says, I lived in Antioch, California. The fog is like driving through mayonnaise sometimes. Chris says, bring it. Anthony says, back to Anthony, the Thule fog in winter can be very blinding to drive in. Okay, that's the fog part. Good morning, and Rhonda and all the folks out there, says Derek. Welcome, Derek. And Chris says, I got a huge client dropped in my lap. The mental exercise got churned up when I was not expecting it. We have to reset for the crushed aspect. Yes, Chris. Because like when a client calls, you're like, yes. You're like so excited when a client calls. When a client says, hey, I got a project here. Can you photograph this? And you get so excited. And but also a lot of my clients are on, some of them are on vacations. They take small vacations during July and August, so things slow. But lately it wasn't slow last year, but anyway, so that's where we are. Trish says the stock market has been down. Yeah, but it's been pretty good. It's been going up, and it has been hitting record highs. The stock market. It's had some down days, but overall, the market's been hitting amazing records. Chris says good morning. Okay, Derek, I'll say Grand Rising. Good morning. I need to check my Dan Paro says I need to check my 401k. I mean, yeah. I mean, we 401k. It is going up. However, it did take a little dip. My 401k took a little dip. Let's see here. Trish says the only thing the price has dropped on is weed. What's going on, Trish? Are you telling us something that we don't know? What is Trish talking about when it comes to weed? Anthony Rowland says, Trish, yes, I remember driving through Livermore on a winding road with no guardrails. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, I don't like any roads without any guardrails. Okay, I see here. Chris says, I felt it ironically in the last 3 years while my senior business has been increasing. Okay. So some forms of your business has been picking up. Okay. And Paro says, Trish, Derek says, yes, I just had my first self-tape audition and available check to be a stand in 6 months. Yeah. So, are you feeling it in the acting world? Derek is in the he's in the acting world, and yeah, are you guys feeling it in the acting world also? Chris says, stay the course and probe how to better adjust to the twisting trends. It's about the art of the dance. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. That's cool. That's wisdom. I'm gonna have to pin that one. Yeah, I wish I could pin it on the page here. That was a good one. Chris says the dance being how to lead the clients on the dance floor. Omar's joined the building. Omar says, good morning. I didn't get my notification. That's what I'm hearing. The notifications are not going out. What's happening out there? Anyway, so I am, yeah. So, I mean, again, also, if anyone wants to pop on the screen, you're more than welcome to also to share your thoughts and today we're talking, I'm just having we just having water cooler talk. It's, seems something that you guys like to do. And I'm being transparent with everyone, saying it's getting a little tough this month. I mean, and I'm talking about the lack of projects that have been coming through the door on my desk for the last 3 weeks. So things have slowed down over the last 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Because it does have a financial impact. And also, I was sharing early on for those that are just joining, is that feeling a little stressed, feeling a little stressed. I'm also feeling overstressed because of the heat. I mean, usually I deal with my stresses and a lot of. I mean, I cycle, I go for walks, I do a lot of things to cure my stresses. However, it's been so hot, I can't do those things, and so the stressors of life are seeming to be giving me a run for my money. And I was saying about, are you guys feeling the pricing and the stresses of just not only the heat, but the heat of the economy? And so many things are going up. Everything seems to be rising so fast, and the interest rates on our credit cards and all the stuff that is like hard to keep up. So I was like, am I the only one that felt that way? And Chris gave me some encouraging words and said, no, you are not the only one that feels this way. We are, I think, as a society, we are stressed. Just think we are. And I don't believe I'm the only one. And I'm usually a great gauge of what's going on. I say the pulse of what's happening around me. Hey, Elise is in the building. What's going on? She says good morning. She says good morning, everyone. Um, we should do some headlines in a little bit. And yeah, what are you guys feeling? What are you guys feeling? What are you feeling? Hey, Kimmy's in the building. What's going on, Kimmy? She's in the building. I is in the building. Are y'all getting notifications? Are the notifications working on YouTube? I've been hearing that you guys are not being notified when I come on. Did I get banned? I didn't see anything that said I got banned. But I'm here every day, 10 o'clock. So put it in your calendar. I'm here every day, 10 o'clock, popping on. Let's see, good morning from Derek. Good morning, Omar. Good morning. Let's see all the good mornings. It says every day driving on one I-95 and seeing the huge advertising banner for the convicted one, aka Cheetos. Local news station will discuss Project 2025. Wow. So this, oh, every day. Local news station will discuss Project 2025. Look, 2025 is getting traction. I think it's too little. I say it's not too little, too late, but I'm surprised that it took this long, but it took a couple of famous people sharing their outrage for people to take hold of this, because there have been some like Joy Reid, Velshi, and a couple other folks that have been talking about Project 2025 for a long time. Okay, let me just go back here. Elise says, I think everyone is stressed. I look at my bills and I'm like, I cannot believe the bills I have now. I can't. As a matter of fact, I had a exercise that I did at the end of June, and thank goodness for my work wife Gwendolyn. And we talk after, and we work usually, and we have conversations while we're working. It's almost like we're working and we're talking, and we're just doing work. And I was so proud of myself because I was able to cancel subscriptions. And one of the things I didn't realize I had was like $230 worth of subscriptions. I don't even know how I got all those subscriptions. And I kept saying, I'm paying bills, but things like the money is not paying the bills. Like every time I pay the bill seems to be the same. And so I had to take a deep dive in my subscriptions. Have you guys had to do that before? Well, anyway, I ended up getting rid of 100, I think it was $120 worth of subscriptions. So this month, even though things are slow, I have less, the bill has gone down, the bills, because I've gotten rid of some of these subscriptions. I did not realize how many subscriptions, you always hear people talk about the apps and about the subscriptions, and you don't know what subscriptions you have out there. And which is true. A lot of times we subscribe to stuff and we forget that we subscribe to it. And yet it keeps accumulating. And most of our subscriptions are on our credit cards. And most of the credit card interest rates have gone up. Like I had a conversation with American Express this week, and I was like, wait a minute, my interest rate is 27%. I was like, that is, when I was growing up, 30% was called a loan shark. A loan shark. I'm just being transparent with you guys here. And I said, how is it that you think that people are going to keep up with paying up at 27%? 27% is a big number when it used to be 12%, 13%. The interest rates have doubled on all of our credit, business owner credit. Anyway, just saying. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I see here. I think at least it says everything is straight. Things are so crazy now. Yeah, things are feeling crazy for me. Oh, Kim says I only got the notification only. Oh, and I didn't also. I usually put my stories out, but I didn't do the stories today. So interesting. Interesting. So yeah, make sure you check. Maybe they reset things on YouTube. Make sure you go to your notification of this, like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I don't swim. She said, is there a pool you can take a swim in, Ron? It may be helpful. I don't swim, and the beaches are too hot. I do not like hot weather. I do not function well in the heat. Brian says, for your own mental health, I encourage everyone to take a break. Go see a movie. Watch something that makes you laugh. Brian, I'm going to take you up on that one. I thought about that yesterday. I said, you know what? I need a mental break. But when it's hot like this, I find I am just moving slowly through life. And I don't like that feeling because I am so used to being on top of things. Chris Baylor says, on the consumer side, it's a bit more of a sell, wave instead of pitch to clients. But on the commercial side, it's become, for me, a more direct approach with a stronger delivery to close the deal. Ooh, Chris, thank you so much for that one. Yeah, I just yesterday I created I went through, wrote a letter to my clients and potential clients for my LinkedIn community. And I created, like I said, I wrote a letter out, and then after that, I put it through AI. I said, AI, now make this grammatically appealing, and make this warm and grammatically appealing to my potential clients. And she spit out. I know and Copilot is not a girl, but I call it a her. She spit out an amazing invitation because most of us photographers, we send out invitations of our business to our clients off screen, even though a lot of us should be advertising probably more online. Just you know, we should be talking about what we do online so that other people can see what we do. But most of our bigger clients or our clients or potential clients, we like for me, I go through LinkedIn. And so said, you know what, I haven't done a major campaign like, hey guys, I'm here. I would love to help you in your business. I would like to help you what you're doing, visual storytelling, yada, yada, yada. And so I'm going to be for the next couple of days just diving in to talking to all the potential clients that are, I mean, I have 5,000 followers on LinkedIn. So I mean, that's my networking circle on LinkedIn is about 5,000. Then obviously I have Instagram, which is about 5,000. And then I have Facebook, which is about 3,000. So I say, you know what? I'm going to start using these resources and let people know that this is what I do. Because like I was sharing with Gwendolyn yesterday, is that for many of us who are business owners and we are in the creative space as our business, a lot of folks don't realize what we do. Like there's still people that don't know what I do. I mean, most people know I'm a photographer, but they don't know exactly what photography. Even the, I mean, most people do, but there's still a lot of people that don't. And we need to figure out how to pitch to those folks what we do. Just let them know what we do. Not telling them to, please hire me, please hire me. No, that's not the point. The point is say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I do. And I would like to help you in your business with what I do. So those wonderful connections will be going out starting today because I created this thing yesterday. And I said, it's a great way to reconnect with all my clients as well. Hey, how's your summer going? Yada, yada, yada. So we need to chime up business. I need to chime up business. And I was just wondering, how are you guys doing when it comes to business this summer? How are you standing up? How are you building your business or your side hustle or whatever you're doing to make money this year? Kimmy says, I am happy to see more friends and family posted about Project 2025. Yes, dear. Yes. Omar Ramos says, I'm about to do that now. I know I'm getting charged for stuff I don't use or know about. Yes. Derek says, Ron Foster, yes, I have cut a lot of subscriptions. Like I said, I took off $130 worth of subscription, and you times that with 27%, because that's what credit cards cost on these subscriptions. Because usually our subscriptions are linked to our credit cards or Google Pay or Samsung Pay, which is also connected to our credit cards. So think about that. When we have our subscriptions, they may appear to be small in their individual sense. But when they're collective, and then the interest of the credit card that you use to have those subscriptions, think about that. So for every $100, that's 27 dollars added on, right? Am I making sense? Does that make sense? Am I doing the math right? For every $100, there's $27 added on in your interest. Yeah. So just something to think about. I know I felt like I made I felt like I took off a little bit of a burden off of my head, off my shoulders by going through my subscriptions. And I'm still like, do I really need these last couple that I have? Because the interest rates, like Kimmy says, are high and they crept up so fast. And a lot of us didn't even know that we don't even know what the interest rates. I had no idea how high my interest rates were on my business credit cards. Did not know, realize because they were my lowest credit cards interest. And my personal family, I have a credit cards for my business and credit cards for my personal life. When you're in business, you have to separate the two. No commingling. I see here, Anthony says, most people don't know about what's going on in the world until they see it on social media or someone famous brings it up. They feel like watching the news is for old people. Anthony, there's some truth in what you're saying. There's some truth in what you're saying. And, the thing is, when it comes to getting the news out, I'm hoping that this Project 2025 gets so much traction that entertainers take their place. Because people say, and I've heard this conversation when we were kids, when I was a kid, when our parents were younger, the church leadership used to be the heroes. Yeah, whether you were a synagogue or went to a Hindu temple or wherever your religious institution was, Baptist church or whatever, religious leaders used to be the leaders in our communities. And so many people don't go to church these days. And so many people have left those religious institutions that, and during the 60s, they killed off a lot of the leaders, right? They killed off a lot of leaders. And so a lot of our community, especially the Black community, has lost some direction on leadership. Like, when I mean leadership, meaning we have leaders in the Black community and communities of color. However, we don't have like that universal kind of leader like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X that speaks for the masses. Those days have been transferred to our entertainers, right? That the masses is our entertainers. Our entertainers back in the 60s had reach, but they didn't have the reach that they have today. And so what I'm hoping in Project 2025 is that you get a massive influx of entertainers that will step up to the plate and use their voices to bring awareness to Project 2025. And not just, that hopefully these entertainers, like I see, I'm getting some hints, like, obviously we saw Taraji at the BET Awards, right? Taraji's voice got a lot of traction. Now, a lot of people have been beating up on Taraji for sharing her mind and speaking her mind over the last year. But people are listening. And when she went out on that stage and said, "Y'all wake up, wake up," people began to say, "Wait a minute." However, thanks to Elise in this community, Elise put us onto it. about Project 2025. I knew nothing about Project 2025 until Elise said, Ron, do you know about Project 2025? And now I'm seeing traction after Taraji's blast. It's been popping up on a lot of platforms, so much so that Trump is saying, or you guys like to say the orange man or the felon, is saying, I don't know them. Well, we already know that's when he says I don't know them, that means he knows them. So that's the deal. I mean, but it's getting traction when you see him get up and say he has nothing to do with it. There's no connection between he and them and yada, yada, yada. So this is having an effect, and it could have a major effect. I really believe if every Democrat, every independent started talking about Project 25 and the plans that the Republican mega Republicans have laid out for us as a society, it wouldn't matter who is running for president because none of us want the alternative. Anyway, what says you? Let me see what you guys are saying in here. Lee said that's a lot of subscriptions. Yeah. Trish says what I'm going to teach you is to swim. Yeah, when you get here, when you come, you were supposed to come here this summer. What's going on, Trish? You're supposed to be in New York. Elise says the interest rates are crazy. Omar says, I'm coming soon, Ron, to be a stress reliever. I got you. We need your friends. I tell you one thing, my friendship circles, I love them. They keep me going. And Power says, you want to go see a movie, go see Beverly Hill Cops. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, well, isn't it on Netflix? Is it in the movies? Is it in the movie theater? Anthony says ticket scalping used to be illegal too, but they've allowed Ticketmaster and like to let people sell tickets for 3 to 4 times the face value. Dorian is Professor Dorian Bernard is in the building. He says, "Good morning. Look how you're using AI, right?" Okay. Chris. Chris says, Trish, you on IG? Yep, Trish is on IG. She is on IG. Okay, let me get some water. Okay. Hey, Lisa's in the building. Good morning, Lisa. Agreed, AR. Yes, Chris on IG. Hey, Ron, what happened to the mini golf event? Do you have it? And I missed it. No, we haven't done it yet. I have not. It got too hot. It got too hot, so I'm working on. And also, they're in their busy season, so we're probably going to push it to the fall. I'm hoping now that Omar's coming to town, that we can get it during that time. So I'll be reaching out to the event so that we can get together for that. So that would be probably in September if we can get those dates. And I see Ron, it's a matter of them reading or watching a podcast interview, getting in front of their faces. Chris says sometimes the public needs to see the beacons and actually look versus scrolling over. I agree. Elise says that sounds great. Anthony says I recently cleaned up my subscriptions as well. Relief. Hey Omar. Okay, there we go. Yes, folks are sharing passwords for these streaming services. Oh dear, that's why folks are sharing passwords for these streaming services. Dorian says to eliminate interest, open a business cash app. It's free transfer and cash for payment there. Free. Ooh, Dorian. Dorian always see. I don't know about Dorian, but Dorian is the money man. Dorian knows a lot about money. Dorian, we need to have a conversation. I need your wisdom, and I need your wisdom fast. But yeah, I did not know that. Open a business cash app is free transfer to the cash for payment here. Hmm. Hmm. Did not know that. Okay, that's a good idea. Trying to connect with many of us to build a network of us. Chris says, oh, he says he's trying to build Christopher says on IG, trying to connect with many of us to build a network of us. That's beautiful. I am always about community. Lisa says, I saw so many people say that Project 2025 is fake, Black people. And because Dump said he knows nothing about it, they believe him. Most people do believe it, though. Most people do believe it. You can't deny the manual, the mandate. I see here Joy will be discussing Project 25 on her show until November. I did mention that. Joy will be every day. She will be sharing a portion of Project 2025. I also share that I will be also on my community tab, which I want to just keep bringing it to you guys. You may not know that in our YouTube channel community, we have a community tab. And so you can go there and check out. But I'll be putting on my community tab Joy Reid's information from Project 25 as she's interviewing these key people that know, and the lawyers and all the folks, all the professionals that are studying Project 2025, and you can see it here. Okay. So it will be also on my community, but you can also go to Joy Reid's page and just subscribe and then hit notifications. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay. And let me pop this off the screen. Okay, and Dorian says Project 25 is small compared to the Chevron defense. That was horrifying. Oh yeah, Chevron. Well, it's already done. The Chevron decision reversal is done, and people have no idea how that's going to affect their way of life. The water, the air we breathe. Yeah. Chris Baylor says, then the story will switch from Project 2025 to celebs speaking out of their lane into political circles. Congressional hearings like the MLB steroids issues. What the F does baseball have to have on politics? None. Yeah. I think everyone should be using their platform to be sharing about Project 2025. I just think it is all of our responsibility. I don't care if you have 2 people following you. We need to be talking about Project 2025 every time we come on. Just saying, it's so important. Anthony says that's when the leaders will hold courts in the streets of to rally our communities. Yeah. Chris says, Ron, it's harder for them to drop an entertainer that is a public leader, but that's what we traditionally do. Smack one of our own for stepping up and directly aiming a voice. Yeah. I see here, Kimmy says, it's hard for people to step up now for fear of people stalking them, etc. People, as you said, know what's happening to our leaders. What happened to our leaders in the 60s is more magnified now. And we have a lot of folks out there in the world, especially there is what do you call social media assassination, right? There's the mega crowd online has been known. There's some folks that have been known for targeting people and destroying their reputation for their businesses and everything online. So, yeah. Oh, we live in a tough world, man. Anthony said, unfortunately, some entertainers that have a huge following, 1 million or more followers, spread misinformation like the Trump stimmy. Yeah, the stimmy check. When Biden gave us a $1,400 check. They forget that part. Chris Baylor, and it really wasn't Biden, it's the Congress. The Congress is the purse strings of America. Chris Baylor says, oh, you mean like Proud Boys, stand back and stand by? I never met those people. That guy. Yeah. Uh, Omar says his people know what's going on. Exactly. Abby says, did a good piece. I did. Abby says, did a good piece last night showing all the times he was with the Heritage guys and how many times they mentioned Project 2025 in front of him. He knows them. He knows what it is. He's a liar. We all know Trump is a liar. First of all, he said he didn't know his own lawyer. I mean, the guy lies about everything. He is sick. That's a sick man. And he says, "Oh, my right. Okay, got Bryson's in the building. What's going on, Bryson?" Bryson sends his hello to everyone in the community. Today we're just having water cooler talk. We're just chatting. So far, we've talked about subscriptions, the stresses of the summer, heat, and finance. Kimmy, Bryson, tonight. Brian says tonight at 9 p.m. I begin a breakdown of Project 2025 with two friends of Club House. Okay, so I will be tuning in. Let's support Brian this evening at 9 p.m. He'll be talking about Project 2025. And so let's get educated, y'all. Let's keep learning more and more about this. It is so important. Okay, let's see here. Who watched it? Okay, we're good. Okay, we caught up. Oh man, we are all caught up. So okay. Anyways, and what time is it? What is it? Okay, we got a couple of minutes. We're gonna leave here on time today. No overtime because Ron needs some rest. Like I said, I came on earlier saying I'm a little stressed. A little stressed, but you guys have encouraged me as you always do. It is so good to have a community where you can just come in and just say, "Hey, life is stressful." I think we're all feeling it for the most part. And it is up to us to just have these community moments where we can share, interact, share thoughts. I am definitely going to do a movie. I am going to continue with my subscription deletes, but I also like that idea that Dorian gave us that we can use our cash apps. I did not even know that. Did not know that. And there's no interest on cash apps for your subscriptions, those that you do have. Very good idea because the interest adds up. The interest adds up. So let's think about that. And as in for Project 2025, again, if you, again, I'll post it on the screen here. There were lots of things I wanted to talk about, how the Democrats are going through their thing, but that's not necessary because, again, I really believe that they need to stop focusing on Biden and focus on where the problem is. The greatest threat is Trump, and they need to be focused on him. If you did not see his rally yesterday, anyways, yeah. So check out Joy Reid. This her page is she's really going in, and I'm glad for those that don't know. I'm just gonna. Shh. Okay, you won't hear it, so that's why. But anyway, she's using her platform to share about Project 2025. For those that are late joining, she'll be sharing every day with specialists, analysts, and lawyers about Project 25 and breaking it down in pieces so that way we can all understand it. Velshi has been doing the same thing on his platform on the weekends. Also on MSNBC, The Weekend has also been doing it. So check out these platforms so you can keep learning about Project 2025. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Chris says, "Have a great day, y'all. Don't let the muck hold us back. We will not. We will not go down. We will not go down. We will stand strong. We will stand strong." Yes. Chris says, "Time to walk and get exercise. I am going to go for a walk before it gets too hot because walks always calm me down." Again, thank you, Brian. So we'll be checking you out, Brian. Put it in your put it on. You know what I always like to say? Computer, set alarm for 9 p.m.
Alarm set for 9 p.m.
And so then that my little computer will go off at 9 p.m. and then I will be ready for my supporting my colleague and friend, Mr. Brian Young, who's in our community. So let's check out more and learn more about Project 2025. How you been, Elise? Says Brian. Good morning, Bryson. What's going on? Okay, guys. I think that's it. Y'all. I think that is it at our water cooler moments today. Again, we talked about subscriptions, reducing them, getting rid of them. Now we also learned from Dorian, transfer those subscriptions over to a Cash App, no interest. Dorian says, hey, I'm in New Jersey working on an app for the housing crisis with the U.S. Department of Innovative. A little stressed as well. There is so much going on. Yeah, I think we're all feeling the stress. So guys, let's drink lots of water during this heat wave, these heat waves that are continual around this country. I mean, the heat waves, we are all feeling the heat. Let's drink lots of water. I got my water right here in this wonderful big cup from Lisa. And let's exercise. Let's do things to relax our minds, right? Because there's so much going on in the world. But yes, keep knowing what's going on. Live life like you mean it and focus on what matters. And I'm out of here, guys. Let's talk. Let's keep our minds positive. Let's keep it up. Let's think and let's reach out to one another, encourage one another. Okay, I'm out of here. Later. See you tomorrow.